Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand finals of our Lightning tournament, the very first Lightning tournament in Retold, but I think in Age of Mythology as well. In the blue color, this is a Matador playing as Freyr. We need to flip the scoreboard to suit the sides. On the other side of Mediterranean, playing as Poseidon, this is his opponent Looki. I always get confused when I have to say his name and his god at the same time. But Lightning, let's explain it real quick for everyone that just joined. This is a 5x gather rate. It's not just the gather rates that are getting sped up in Lightning mode, it's everything. Move speeds are excluded, attacks excluded, but you do have gather speeds, you have build speeds, you have training speeds, you have research speeds. That's all going nuts. You're gonna see a lot of favor in this, and thus a lot of god power recasts. It's gonna be pretty nuts. Alright, tempos getting made for both players, and they should be in the classical age in no time. Freyr, of course, has his super cheap upgrades, so you'll be getting those as soon as possible, but the other guys are getting it as well. Being quite affordable. Second dock's coming up. We already have a second dock for our Greek player. And Ares is in, so Pestilence is definitely available, but you can't really use it on docks, right? So, gotta be mindful of that. As docks are immune, no? I think it stops them from shooting, but it doesn't stop them from producing, as I recall. Oh, it would have been really good actually to put the Asgardian fortress here. So in case the ships come close to the docks, it will just destroy them because they have 6x multipliers against ships. Oh my god, Matador is pumping so hard here. And he's got crazy income behind this because he made all the fishing ships in the world. But they are also impacted with the gather speed increase. There's already a Scylla out because we're in the heroic age for Looki, but is that going to be actually enough? Because Matador can just get himself his heroic fleet research, and then the longboats will absolutely destroy the Scylla, but it's already dead anyway. What actually is happening though is Looki is trying to go for the mythic age to get himself his plenty vaults going, but Matador is already in the heroic age, so he's kind of catching up. He can get himself his Feast of Renown, which is going to make his hill forts as well as his town centers generate food for free. He's now getting to attack the villagers a little bit. The docks are almost destroyed, which is actually a huge income advantage for Matador with all these fishing ships just working away at it. I think they're also upgraded now, so they got a really good gather rate. We might actually see Matador going to Mythic first because of his victory on the sea. Means he doesn't need any hunters on land. So technically, he wouldn't need all these farms. Look at how many resources he already has. But there come the fortresses for our Greek player. Just a matter of getting the gold now. They shouldn't be too far out. But Vidar is coming in for Matty. And whatever he's gonna hit with the Inferno is gonna suffer. Guaranteed. Is it best of 7? No, it's best of 5. We didn't plan to increase the series sizes, but because the games are going so fast, that's fine. Plenty of praying villagers here, so the second plenty vault is basically guaranteed, and then from there on, it should be possible for Looki to actually hold on, but don't forget that our Norse player here has plenty vault as well, with 5 food per second for each town center and fort. So you can kind of match the plenty vault. There's the first one. Second one is soon. In just 30 seconds. There was an attack here, but it's not gonna be enough. Pushing the Colossus back. This is now all champion stuff. All the upgrades are being completed. The Vidar upgrades are coming in now for the Berserks. Particularly Fury of Fallen is insane. We're gonna see the Tempest coming down. Basically guaranteeing a battle win right here. I think it might be time for Matador to get rid of some of the ships, but certainly the Yormund Delver can still change things on land. It's got 16 range after all. Unlike the Man of War, it didn't get the range curtailed, so that's still going. Our champion everything is now in for our Greek player as well. Probably need a few hoplites. Okay, here comes the Inferno. Bunch of villagers, bunch of buildings destroyed, but hey, free militia. This is good for Poseidon. He can build the buildings back in no time. Got plenty of resources to do it with. I got a second plenty vault already, working on the third one. Things are not looking too bad for Looki, but he is down in town center, so he's fighting down in population. Not gonna be the easiest thing. And Matador is now pumping on both sides. He's getting his iron techs. He's also getting his flood control and the big Perseer hammers, whatever that's called. Keep forgetting. He was getting some big bonks in over there. Now he's having to face Ballista Fire to take him down really quickly. More gold for the bag. 250 favor and counting. If Looki can get himself a third plenty vault, he's set for life. Like at that point, you can pull off food. You'll just have what essentially feels like more population. Polyphemus special attack is actually not good against Bergrisi. So many ballista and they're boosted. They've got their 9 waves upgrade. Freyr is so good at this kind of thing. With a larger population army, you're able to do so much here. Ready for the next plenty vault, and that's getting placed down. So now it's 3 plenty vaults. I do think it's time to retreat and get out some Hippeus or Hetyros. That's also a really good idea. And I think that Looki does agree about this. Now that the towers are helping, it's getting a lot easier to fight here. The Berserkers are getting shredded, but they're putting in some pretty high attacks there as their friends are dying. Don't have guard towers just yet. That would be a very important upgrade to get. At some point, you need the cavalry to deal with all these ballista. Ooh, using the food on Cyclops, Elder Cyclops, in fact. Those throwing axemen are gonna be in for a really bad time, but where is the Cyclops throwing? You gotta micro that a little bit. Give an attack order basically, and you'll get targeting in the direction you want. Don't forget the Cyclops have major AoE attacks. But it looks like they're getting taken down now by the ballista. They're not that healthy. But they're gonna be a good option here against all these throwing axes. You are getting cleaned up quite a bit. Are we gonna see more cav? It's all Hetyros, but it's not heavy or champion. It's just normal. Ah, damn, these Cyclops are getting owned. If it was Hades, they would at least have more health. Look at the resources for Matador. Okay, he's gotta make a wonder this game. Please make a wonder. Prayer's Ballista do more damage, yes, but also he's got the tech on top of that, so you can stack it a little. Yep, that's not gonna work. Matador's too strong. He didn't even make a wonder. I wish he did. I wish he did. That's gonna be a 1-0 for him. Just absolutely crazy amount of resources gathered. It's really the fishing that tilts everything, I think, but also the amount of fortresses he had at the end here, that's adding in a lot. Almost compensating for the plenty vaults. Game 2, here we go. In the blue, this is Matador playing as Kronos, and his opponent is gonna be Looki. In the red, playing as 4. Now Kronos in Lightning, Atlantean in Lightning really is all about that favor. You get to reuse your god powers a lot, you get to print myth units a lot. And there's some really good options here. So first off, there's automatons or Prometheans, doesn't really matter which one you go for. As Kronos, you'll be getting so much printing done. The 4 should be able to deal with that with their hearse here. They get some extra upgrades on that. You can go for SETI, you can get them to heal. With the healing spring, I don't think you just get overwhelmed by them. But once you go for something like behemoths, I think the situation does change there. Oh my god, the temporal scaffolding build rate on temples is just insane. We've got Leto coming in, so there might be a little bit of automaton spam. We do have at least a handful extra oracles coming in too. With 2 citizens on gold, let's see what they can get done. It'll be double military barracks. And it is for setting for Looki as predicted. With triple longhouse, quad longhouse for Looki. What is going on here? Is it all berserk? I guess it is. Some houses being made. And here comes the automaton printer. 45 people on favor so far. That's a little amount of overlapping. You know, if you can get them fully ideal, then they gather at 0.37. These guys overlapped a bit, so it's just 0.3. Every little bit helps, but it's already a lot of income. There's no second temple or anything like that. Berserk count looks pretty high, but they're running right over the spiders, so they're gonna get eaten a little bit. And the next one is already getting placed. Matador. Luke is running right into his trap. He activated his trap card. He got Cairo Ballista to answer this as well, of course. Next Spiderinos are ready also. There's just not enough curse here, there's not enough trolls, and isn't that a Congo line of myth units? Lightning Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. Lightning Gaming. It's on. So many have died, but it's a sacrifice that Matador is willing to make. It should be easy enough to rebuild. Oh my god, they're still going. He pumps all day. But it does seem to be that Luke is kinda holding on. He's got a population disadvantage, but it's not that bad. The question is though, is he gonna be able to handle all these automatons who are also regenerating behind all this? Doesn't seem to be trivial. And the spiders, of course, take care of so much. All the automatons have died. I'm not sure this works. Looki too good. Got himself the armory upgrades, of course. Entire copper line's finished. Now that the Chirobalists are getting microed again, there's not that many throwing axemen left. See how quickly he can rebuild. Oh, wait. He is gonna order them to rebuild, right? Got ourselves a heroic age 4 Matador, which does immediately boost the automatons, by the way, with the heroic age bonuses. And Looki is kind of falling apart. He can't go heroic himself just yet. He doesn't have the gold for it. Spending it on all these units, of course. These are medium Chirobalists and not heavy just yet, but that's coming in. Sons of the Sun is getting upgraded. That will turn every single oracle around the map into heroes as soon as it's finished. We got heroic renewal as well coming in. So any heroes will be just regenerating on the front. Gemini is coming in. We've got the hero oracles now, so their line of sight is growing even further, and their income is now half a favor per second here in lightning mode. It's absolutely insane. So much favor is going to be coming in. The flaming weapons is getting countered by chaos, and these units were taking themselves out a little bit, especially the throwing axemen do so much damage to themselves. And we got more spiders, of course, picking out a handful of these units. Yikes. Yeah, flaming weapons is mostly countered here. We've got the addition of Contarius now. But really, this army from Looki is actually looking pretty good. We've got a little bit of a fight up here by the gold mine. Can our Kronos player somehow secure another one? Because that's going to be a big problem. If not, there's this, I guess, and this. Palace is being built. So that's not too bad. The chaos was used. But guess what? Next flaming weapons is already ready to go. Of course, during the flame weapons you do more damage, thus you get more favor as Norse. And you'll be able to get another flaming weapons eventually. But guess what? Chaos is going to be back off cooldown. You can hit the throwing axeman again. Especially during flaming weapons, it's huge. Oh my god, they're all gone. They have almost no health left, and we've got Mythic Age with Implode ready to go. I think Matador is not going to go for it because he already feels confident with all these Contarius up front. But actually there's a lot of Berserks that are maybe a bit hard to see with the healing effect. These are double healing springs, by the way, which are stacking the healing. So health is going up relatively quickly here mid-combat. Yeah, but Looki not really having all the upgrades just yet. More bronze shields, that will be very nice. Bronze shield is missing, everything else is in. But we've got Implode now, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes the suck. Here it goes. I don't think Looki's gonna have anything left. This is all Atlantean stuff. Oh my god, everything is dead. Looki, your house is on fire. Come the blobs as well, adding in even more. That's a lot of berserks all of a sudden. Actually doing quite a decent job. Getting up to the next flaming weapons, I guess, is the mission. Can we see a bunch of fanatics, perhaps, and maybe some Arcus added in? that would be a much stronger composition to deal with this. The Terrorists are kind of gonna get overwhelmed, despite the champion upgrades and iron upgrades being in. The Matador is just playing this really nicely, but he does need some more quality units. DCs are not yet fortified, but it is pre-queued. It's coming in now. Maybe you can get a third town center, because really population is what's holding him back at this point. And there goes the next flaming weapons. Oh my god. It's nuts. Is this even doing anything? The chaos, even during flaming weapons, is like getting out-healed by the healing springs. That's insane. Despite Matador having a much larger army here, he's not getting control over the healing springs until he completely cleans up here. Can actually Looki do anything about this? Matador is about to get a much larger army now. With the third town center complete, he can get up to 236 population, instantly does so, and Matty is victorious. That's gonna be game number 2 on his scoreboard. He just outnumbered Looki for the longest time, and when not, then he just used god powers to get an edge. Overall, hugely outkilled him as well. GG. Welcome to Tundra. This is game number 3 and might be the last. In the blue color, Matador is going to be playing as Oranos. His opponent on the other side, in the Gaia, this is Looki. Probably gonna be something with Oceanus, right? That's already what's getting queued up here for Looki. He's not gonna be doing the printing in this game. Don't get the robots just yet. Matador is building quite defensively there with the temple. But hey, if it's all about the Murmillos, then it's all about the Murmillos. Of course, you're gonna want some extra favors, so both players are making a ton of oracles. Technically, Oranos doesn't need as many, but hey, you might as well get more out of your bonus and then literally use every single shockwave when available. Basically, every fight you get to do that. Here comes the Murmillo printer for Matador momentarily. And although Looki has technically more army, there's a defender's advantage here at play. So I don't think Matador gets overwhelmed right away. He is now getting Bite of the Shark. He has a little bit fewer units, but you know, the reinforcements will take forever to get here. Just gonna add in a counter barracks with some Terma. Then he should be able to snipe the Cairo Ballista separately. Armory upgrades coming in. Probably a good idea not to engage this and just, you know, let it happen, but maybe Shockwave and Carnivora can completely change the situation. Already the Cairo Ballistas are just targeting down the Carnivora. It's very rare that you get to see the Carnivora actually eating one of these. Oh my god, it just did it again. It's 2 Cairo Ballistas eaten up. Red Carnivora was bleeding a little bit. And it looks like Matador is winning this fight. Just barely. Once you start barely winning, you very suddenly will win a lot. As it gets snowbally. A lot of Cairo Ballistas killed. He's up almost 30 plus population. Actually, really 30 plus. What can you do about the constant shockwaving though? Like, look at the favor amount in the bank. Jeez. Matador can literally just use Shockwave every moment of this game. He's won the fight again. Now he's up 40 population, 40 plus, almost 50. And he knows where the gold miners are. He could technically go and shut that down right away if he wanted to. Matador's resources are starting to pile up. He's going for that heroic age soon. It actually gets reached first for our Gaia player Looki. Gets a little bit of a steal on one of the Caladria. Keep him alive a little bit longer, but now adding in behemoths to this mix isn't gonna be terribly great, right? In theory. He's not making any extra. We're gonna be seeing the Quintarius added to Matador's army. He's gone Feya. Interestingly enough. Second tree up and running. And he's still winning the fights pretty hard. Good distraction there with the Caladria. Did you see that? And this one was patrolling, I think. Great Shockwave knocking the Chiroballista up in the air. The Carnivora slowing them down and dragging them a little bit. And I think they're gonna get wrecked, actually. Down 50 population. What can you possibly do? The Murmillo get on top. They get the stacking bleeding damage in. And all the Chiroballista are dead, guys. I think this might be it. There's no way to stop Matador at this point. Looki is trying, but he can't. And that is gonna be a 3-0 victory for Matador, taking the Lightning tournament as well as the Deathmatch tournament yesterday. GG. We want to thank our MetaPlays website subscribers. Your contribution helps us keep the project sustainable. As we reach higher subscription goals, you are helping us cover more and more behind-the-scenes costs, such as video editing. Check out our subscription page using the link in the description, and remember to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.